got a Cat 112. Little brother to a 12, I guess. Old mechanical machine. I ain't sure the year model. Pony start. It's had a little work done on it. We got it from my uncle. He gave it to us. But anyway, pretty neat old machine. It's missing on one cylinder though. When we got it, somebody left water in the radiator and it busted all this out. So I welded this up with a acetylene torch and some brass rod, and it seems to be holding good. But I need to get it running. I need to get it usable. I was told you can pull these individual pumps out by a salvage yard. He said I might be able to get, I think this one's the one that's stuck. He thought we could pull it out and maybe get it working, but I don't know much about them, so I hope I'm not screwing it up.
So I don't know what I'm getting into here. This may be over my head, but he offered to sell me just an individual pump if I just needed one. And I don't know if they have to be calibrated or if they're all the same. Most injector pumps I've ever worked on I thought had to be calibrated at the shop, but the last time I ran this one it was missing on number 4, which would be the front. Front of the grater instead of, well, the opposite end of the fan. I got a couple little projects this would come in handy for. Here's that. I'll show you what I can see up inside here a little bit. Like condensation builds up in there. And the ratch can stick on. This one wasn't stuck, it might be now. Yeah, it's a little bit stuck. But the old boy told me you can just pull this whole plunger assembly out of there. But what it's doing is it stays up instead of traveling up and down like it misses. So.
So there's adjustments. I'm assuming these are adjustable here. That one there's pretty loose too. I don't know why. That one there seems better. This one don't have any slack. And that one there is pushed up. Well, a complete pump may be the way I end up doing this. I don't know. My dad said last time he messed with it, he thought he got the pinion on the charter stuck, and it's not allowing the motor to turn over like it froze up. In there you got a little nut you can turn, and the pinion's locked in flywheel, so let's see if these move. Oh, she just got tight right there. Ah. Thing was, it acts like it was on the verge of freezing up. Number 2's up, man. So the pinion wasn't froze up in the flywheel. The engine had a tough spot in it, like it was rusty or something. And that number 1's going up. I would say number 3 should be coming up next. There goes number 3. Now we should have number 4. See, number 1 stayed up. Number 3's still up. There goes number 4, so 3 should be back down. 3's hanging up now too, so we got there she went. Well, it didn't go very smooth, but she went. Okay, so number 4's going up. About as high as number 4's going to go, I think. It might give me enough room to pull it out. I don't know. I don't like it. It's just not a good way to to bend that little flimsy piece of tin in there. Might need to work on 2 of these, I don't know. Okay, I ended up pulling them out of there. This little end here hooks into the top of that. The gear meshes in the rack, and you can see the rack's moving a lot better now. These back 2 seem to be working fine. Well, actually, they're toward the front of the engine, but it's the back of the grader. And the other 2, they were not working fine. So I think we've figured out the problem. This one will move, but it won't go down all the way. So it never was filling up with fuel completely. And this one, last time I used it, it seemed like it worked, but I'm going to try to disassemble them, clean them out, just look them over. Most likely I'm going to need to get a couple from a salvage yard. They assured me you can just pull them out and exchange them. So while I was in there, I adjusted the clutch, figured out everything in that's working okay. Put that lid back on there. But anyway, this is a neat old grader, 112, it's all gear drive. It's got a, I believe, a 2-speed. Can't remember for sure. I'm thinking it's got 6 forward gears. There we go. Here's our. It's got a high and a low, and then it's got 3 speeds in each, high and low, and then 2 reversers. You got a reverse and high and reverse and low. What? That ain't good. That gum shifter knob broke. That's one of the main ones too. We'll have to build one like that one, I guess, out of a ball bearing. And the red wasper in here. It's almost too cold for them though. It's got a gauges. This is the throttle. Throttle's broke, so I put to use one of them Craftsman tools that I never use. So, well, it's a pretty neat throttle handle. There's the gearboxes for the main lift. Your circle shift, the gearbox, or not, your side shift. Let's see. I don't know. One of them greater terms. Your circle is another gearbox. Runs off of that drive shaft there. This one has a scarifier up in the front. Got a few little shanks on it, and that thing there is pretty handy. It actually does a pretty good job. And the tires are not too bad on it. But hopefully, within the next week or so, she'll be running, and we can get some video of this thing grading the road or doing something. I think they had a short guy driving it, because they put a block of 2x4 on the clutch. These things will play heck on your, you get in some hard ground, these things start kicking back on you. It's interesting to run these. Need some new cutting edges. Got one broke, all wore out. But little at a time we'll get there. Got a decent cab, don't have no doors, but it's got glass and everything else. It's only got a couple of cracked windows. Even got a rear view mirror, muffler. I think we're missing a side panel. We may have it somewhere. I don't know for sure, but I think seemed like we were missing that one. Pretty neat old machine. Steady now. Okay, I got the plungers loose on these pumps. I'm going to try putting them back in. I don't know if they're going to be sufficient to run, but we're going to try it and see. Put a little seafoam carburetor in a gas tank. Maybe I can get this thing to run a little bit better. I'm hoping I don't have to pull the carburetor off. But there's a good chance I probably will have to. So what I'm going to do is just clean these up. Put them back in here and we're going to see if this old thing will run. Apparently this old equipment needs to be used a little bit more than once every 4 years. If you see a piece of equipment that's sitting out in the pasture for more than about 10 years, you're going to have your hands full trying to fix it, because this stuff just doesn't, especially these older machines, they just don't do well. I mean, there's so much condensation in this motor. Engine, I guess is what I should say. Let me get this cleaned up a bit here and see if I can't get. I was having trouble pulling these injector pumps out, and I know why now. And that is because you're supposed to be able to pull the top part off, and the plunger's supposed to stay in down in the case, or down in here. So putting them back together, it will be easier than taking them apart. So and these did have, they got an O-ring on the different angles here. There's an O-ring. This is the fuel supply tubes here that feeds pressure to this injector pump. Worst case, when these things leak, it runs down in this case and it drains out a tube down here on the bottom. So if these aren't up to snuff, we might have to buy some new plungers. And they had a little bitty thin O-ring around here. I'm going to make a new one with some RTV. So all this seals is water from getting into the case. I didn't have any cat yellow RTV, but I think it's black will work. Maybe Pay Dirt's got some I can borrow. I don't know. Okay, now this little gear has a mark on it, and it's supposed to line up with the mark on this rack. So what we will do, and this is going to be way easier than when I pulled them out, because I about couldn't get them out of there because these plungers were stuck. And when the plunger's stuck, it won't let you. It won't let you do anything. This might be harder than I thought, though. Tricky part's probably going to be getting everything lined up. Get it down in there, kind of crooked. Move this up out of the way. Okay, so now the gear needs to line up like so. Rack's moving. It's in there. Okay, there's one. And if I don't have the gear in the right place on the rack, I'm sure it will probably not run right. And all I did is I pulled them out, I took them home, I put some heat to them. After I heated on it, I just kind of worked those plungers loose. You die-hard injector people are probably going to say this ain't going to work, and it might not. I'm not going to argue that. But if it doesn't work, it cost me $0. If it does work, I'm going to be pretty tickled that I got a grater that runs for $0. So that one ain't right. Not off one tooth there. And that would probably cause a bit of trouble. So these will definitely be easier to get out of here next time. So when I call the salvage yard and tell him to send me 4 new plungers, these will come right out. Okay, I'm going to show you how to get up inside of there, this rack. I don't know if you can see it or not, but the governor controls that rack. These gears engage in there, and when they turn, it adjusts how much stroke the injector gets, so that determines how much fuel is injected into the engine. Okay, and these just have some hold down clamps. Pretty simple. I forgot my anti-seize. We'll just put some PB blaster on them. How about that? Yeah, I'm gonna get all this put together here. Alright, we're about ready to try to fire off the pony motor. Got a little gas in it. Choke. I got the compression release. That's run. This is start. I got the pinion engaged. I got this in neutral. This is neutral right now.